Sierra Cooley and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello! I post beauty and lifestyle content every Wednesday and Sunday and I definitely hope to see you there. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. So today's video is going to be super exciting, as I say in every other video, but it really is. Today we're going to be testing out the LA Girl Pro Artistry eyeshadow palette. This is from the drugstore. I did receive this at Target about a month ago and it is absolutely beautiful. The shades inside are super versatile and fun. We just went ahead and created this eye look today with the palette. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look today and my final thoughts on the LA Girl Pro Artistry palette, then please just keep on watching. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy with how my face came out today. I feel like my skin looks so good, and underneath it, like, it doesn't look that good right now. So this is pretty much my everyday attire, is casual wear. I'm literally wearing black joggers right now. These are my favorite sweatpants of all time, and I think they're from TJ Maxx. Oh my gosh, I have powder all over me. I think these are from TJ Maxx, but they are from the brand The Laundry Room. I'm gonna try and find these online, maybe from the actual brand, and link them down below for you guys, because I'm not kidding, these are the softest, most comfortable joggers I've ever worn in my life, ever. Alright, I need to wake up. Hey guys, so obviously today we're going to be focusing on the eyes. So I did already do my face. I will be sure to list all the products down below that I did use for my face routine today. I did a few things a little bit different. I'm really loving how my skin's looking right now. I feel like it looks super glowy and healthy and hydrated, but still matte. Like, I don't have a ton of oils peeking through, so I'm really liking how it's looking right now. Be sure to check down below what I used because I think it looks really good. I did use a lot of cream products, which I've kind of been getting more into lately. So if you want to see a full in-depth review on my favorite cream products, then let me know, because I feel like that could be a really fun video. So today we're going to be talking about this beautiful palette right here. This is the LA Girl Pro Artistry eyeshadow palette, and to be honest, I purchased this palette actually, I want to say probably about a month ago, so it was very new and I didn't even know it. I just picked it up at the drugstore. I know they have this palette, the Artistry one, and then I believe they have the Mastery palette. So both of these palettes retail at Target. That's where I got this, for $15. But I did want to let you all know that Ulta is having a sale right now. I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but it's kind of like their spring haul. And I did see, when I went to search the prices on this palette, that this palette is actually only $8 at Ulta right now. So if you get the chance to pick it up, go ahead and do that, because even if we review it today and it's not the best palette in the world, it's $8. Let me go ahead and open this palette up. It is a 16 pan palette, so even if you do pay full price, $15 for 16 shades is not bad at all. The pan sizes are very large, and I don't want to show you my setup in the mirror or blind you with the lights, but this mirror is huge and it's super good quality, so I feel like this palette would be really good for traveling. On top of that, the actual shades in this palette are beautiful. So I would say these top two rows are pretty neutral, kind of peachy, bronzy shades, and obviously the bottom row is where it gets fun. So we have a couple shimmery blues, a couple shimmery greens, we have some grays and some warmer tone peaches down here. So what I really like about this palette is I feel like I guess you could say even every 4 little squares that are compiled together could make a really pretty look. But if you want to go down even further in depth, I would say every 2. So if you look here, like, these 2 would look really pretty together, these 2 would look really pretty, these 2, these 2, these 2. So I feel like it corresponds very well. So the color story is really cool, very versatile palette. I actually have never used this palette on myself, but I did use it on a client the beginning of March and it performed really well. So I'm excited to try this out on my own eyes today, see what we think about the pigmentation and if it's worth the money. So I'm always really excited to review drugstore palettes just because, I don't know about you guys, but I truly cannot keep up with the amount of new makeup that comes out on a day-to-day basis pretty much. So it's really nice to find good quality makeup at a budget-friendly price, obviously. So I'm not entirely sure what look I want to go for today, but let's just figure it out together. Have some fun. Per usual, I'm not going anywhere, so I'm just getting ready for you guys and for myself pretty much because I haven't gotten ready in a couple days and I'm just really excited to try out this palette. So let's get started. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off obviously by applying some of my P. Louise Room 2 base all over the eyes, and this will just act as a really nice primer. I use this obviously every single time I apply eyeshadow, so we're going to give it a fair shot, and I know that if these shadows don't work on this primer, then they're bound to not work at all. So I think as always, I'm just going to kind of play around with one eye since I'm not really sure what I want to do today. And once we get something set on that eye, I will go back and do the other eye off camera and you guys know the drill. Let's dip right into this bad boy. I'm not going to lie, the packaging is very nice. It's pretty heavy and as I said earlier, it has a really, really nice mirror, which is always awesome and beneficial in so many situations. So what actually inspired me to do this video today was I was watching Nikki Tutorial's video. I believe it was her full face of drugstore that she just recently posted, and she was using this palette in it, and to be honest, I completely forgot I even bought this. So once I saw her using it, I was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot I had that, and I have never used it on myself before. So I really don't think there's anything worse than feeling or knowing there's a hair stuck on your face or your lip and not being able to find it. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves ever. So let's just go ahead and take this brush right here. This is from a brand called Beauty Works. I think I got this as a Christmas present, just as a little brush set from TJ Maxx, I want to say, but I actually really like these brushes. So this doesn't have a number on it or anything. It's kind of just a fluffier shader brush, and I'm just gonna take some of the shade Savvy, which is a really nice peachy pink transition shade right here, and I'm just going to pack that onto the crease and then start blending it out a little bit. There's a little bit of fallout, but nothing too crazy, and fallout really doesn't bother me as long as the products work. So, oh my gosh, I'm a mess. And let's get packing. Alright, so I think I want to stick with more of a round shape today. I usually wing it out, but my eyes, as you can tell, are actually naturally very round. I don't have an almond shaped eye, even though I wish I did because I think they're so pretty, but I think I'm just going to stick... I think I'm just going to stick with the natural shape of my eye today. This pigmentation right off the bat is really, really pretty. I mean, I'm kind of just packing it on and then lightly flicking and blending out. So far, this is really pretty. It's blending out super well, and the pigmentation is definitely there. So next, I'm just going to dip into the shade Radiance, which is a really pretty kind of just cream color, and I'm going to use that to slightly blend this out a little bit more. I'm just going to take some of that on my Morphe M514 and just blend the top edges of that shadow we just laid down. This will create a really nice smooth blend. Alright, so I'm just kind of going back and forth between those shades until I get the pigmentation where I want it. Alright, so I'm liking how that's looking. I'm going to move on to another shade. So I think I'm actually going to take a shimmer. I'm like really staring at these blue shades, like they are just popping out. Nikki used this shade in the video last night, this shade Passionate, and it was so beautiful, so I'm also really tempted to use that. I don't want to be too matchy with my shirt, so I think I'm actually going to copy Nikki Tutorials and do that Passionate. It's like a silver kind of gunmetal shade, so I'm just going to pack that on the inner corner to about halfway on the lid, and then we will go back and blend that out with some darker shades in a minute. I am going to start out by taking the shade Passionate on a flat little packing brush. This, again, I'm so sorry guys, a lot of my brushes don't have numbers or brands on them because I kind of get them in different kits. Most of the brushes I use are Morphe, but I do have some sporadically that I use that have just come from random kits. So this brush actually came, any of the brushes that have this like brown little handle actually came from a Vanity Planet brush kit that I got a few years ago, and some of the brushes in it are really nice. So I'm just going to take that, and then I'm also going to take a little bit of my PIXI Hydrating Milky Mist and just spray that onto the shadows so that we can get the maximum pigmentation and shine out of that shade. I like to do this with pretty much all of the shimmery shadows that I use, just spritz it a little bit because it helps it stick to the eye unless you're using a glitter glue. Ooh, that's beautiful. So I'm just pressing and packing that onto the lid. I would usually go in with my finger, but unfortunately I have long nails right now, so sometimes that becomes a little bit hard. Wow. That is so pretty, guys. Alright, so that shade right there is beautiful, especially with a little spritz of some setting spray, or I just use my hydrating mist. That's really, really nice. I love that. It doesn't have any crazy fallout, and it's sticking really nicely on the lid, so beautiful. So far, so good. Hi.
Why are you doing like an alien?
Because I'm doing a video and I just ripped my nail off. Alright guys, sorry, I got distracted. I was FaceTiming with my friend Alexa, and my nail actually, oh my god, I didn't mean to just flip the camera off, but my nail. Anyways, where did we leave off? So I think, again, I'm just gonna go ahead and take inspiration from Nikki's look. It was really pretty, and that's what I want to do. I'm actually going to take this Wet&Wild, the writing's like wearing off, but it's Wet&Wild color something Eyeliner, I think. And this is just in a brown shade, so I'm actually just going to take that and run it across my lash line, and then I'm going to smoke that out with the darker brown shade in the palette. Alright, so I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills dual-ended brush. I believe this came in one of their eyeshadow palettes. So I'm just going to take this little flat side right here in the darker chocolate brown shade in the palette, which is called Brilliance. And I'm just going to smoke out that lash line. I'm going to bring that up into the crease as well. So we're just kind of connecting that liner in the outer corner shade. Packing and blending at the same time. So I'm just going to go back in with this Morphe M433, and I'm just gonna take some of that cream shade again and a dip of the peach shade as well that we used in the beginning, and I'm just going to use that to blend out these outer edges and just soften that up a little bit. I did want to mention something I've noticed lately that makes me really happy is seeing everyone, all my friends and just people on my social media that are taking advantage of this time to indulge in something that they might not have had the time to do before, or maybe even the motivation. I know a lot of people right now that are starting little side hustles or becoming involved in things that they might not have had the chance to do prior to this quarantine happening. I don't know, it's just an observation I made, and I think it's really cool to see, because although this is a difficult time for pretty much everyone, there is some good that's coming out of it as well. So I'm just going to take my Morphe M504 and blend over those edges. This is one of my favorite really large blending brushes to just kind of make everything seamless. I'm also just going to take a little bit of those browns that we used on the lid and just blend those under the lash line as well. Alright, so lastly for the shadows, I'm just going to take the shade Expressive, which is a really pretty glittery white shade in the top corner, and I'm just going to take that on a small pencil brush and place some of that on the inner corner. Something I've noticed in this palette that the shimmers especially are very soft, which is good, but they do tend to pack a lot of fallout, and so just be mindful of that. So that's really pretty on the inner corner, and I'm just going to place some of that Expressive shade on the brow bone as well. Alright, so that's how the shadow's looking right now. I'm really happy with the way this is turning out, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and I will be right there. Alright guys, we're back, and we have both eyes shadowed. So I'm just going to zoom you back out and go ahead and curl my lashes, apply some mascara. You know the drill. I'm going to be using my, take a guess what lashes I want to use. If you guess my Lucy Lou lashes in style Enchanté, I just want a really big fluffy lash with this eye. I feel like it would look really pretty. Here I'm kind of sticking with the brown theme. I haven't used any black or black eyeliner, so I'm just going to keep using this brown liner. I already applied it on my tight line and then just in my waterline. I really do love brown eyeliner. I feel like if you have blue, green, or really light colored eyes, brown eyeliner and just brown shadow in general makes your eyes pop so much. So if you've never tried a brown liner and you don't really like the harshness of a black eyeliner, then go ahead and try a brown because it's really pretty and it actually makes a really big difference. And for mascara today, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I tried this in my drugstore first impressions video, and I've been absolutely loving this. So if you're in need of a good drugstore mascara, this is it. Let's just take these bad boys. I'm going to be applying these with the Duo Lash Glue. This is in the clear shade. I love this glue. It comes with a little paddle, makes it super easy to apply. Another drugstore option if you are in need. Alright guys, so those are both eyes all complete. I'm really loving the way this came out, and I'm just going to move on and tell you guys my final review on this palette. I would say that there is definitely some pros and cons about this palette. The matte shades that I used blended out beautifully. I really love the tones in them, super versatile. As far as the shimmer goes, I really did love the shimmer shades, but I would definitely recommend using a spray or a mist when applying these because they do have a decent amount of fallout. So I did notice when I looked closer in the mirror towards the end, I don't think you can see it on camera, but I had a lot of glitter on my cheeks and around my pores, which is definitely not flattering. So Definitely be mindful that it's probably best to do your eyes before your face with this palette if you are going to take advantage of the shimmers, just because you could use a makeup wipe and just wipe that right away and not worry about it. That was something I noticed. I also noticed it when I dipped into this shade up here, Expressive. It was really pretty applied with a mist, however it is very crumbly and it looks super, super pretty and iridescent in the pan, but since it comes off so crumbly, it's kind of hard to get that pretty iridescent sheen. As far as the mattes go, I think they're very beautiful. I really did love this shimmer shade. As you can see, it's very shiny and metallic. It came out beautiful. This shade up here unfortunately did not work very well for me, but I'm super excited to use this palette again. I 100% want to do an eye look using the color shades, and these peaches down here are calling my name, honey, so I'm very excited to use this palette again. Overall, it was very, very good and definitely worth the money. It's only $15, or if you are getting it during the sale right now at Ulta, it's only $8. So go ahead and pick this up if you get a chance. I would say that if you're in need of a really good drugstore palette, this is gonna be your girl. I think you can only find it at Ulta and Target as far as drugstore. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not sure you can find it LA Girl in Walgreens or CVS. But if you can, definitely let me know because I love both of those places. I highly recommend this palette. This is probably the best quality drugstore palette that I've used in a really long time. I tend to stray away from drugstore eyeshadow palettes just because they don't necessarily perform the way that I would like them to always. I love Morphe palettes and I love ColourPop palettes, so those aren't necessarily drugstore, but they are on the cheaper end. Those are typically the palettes that I will look for if I'm looking for a drugstore option, but I definitely think I will be reaching for this very, very often. So yeah, I love it. With that all being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like review videos like this, I would be more than happy to do a million other ones. I love buying new products, and especially drugstore products, and I know you guys love drugstore videos as well. So if you want to see maybe a review on the other palette or any other drugstore items, let me know because I really like making these videos for you guys, and it's kind of a nice first impression for me as well. If you did like today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really, really helps me a lot. Also, of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well so you can be notified every time I post a new video. But I think that's it for today's video, guys. I love you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please stay home. I also just want to quickly say before I go, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for all of the love and support on my past few videos. It really means the world to me receiving your guys' feedback and kind of learning along the way what you guys like to see and what you don't like to see. So please keep sharing your feedback with me. It really, really helps, especially because I'm just starting out on YouTube. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.